thing there, because I was going to say he went full on ostrich. Because he's,
Well,
Although,
that's another way to put it.
dude, yes, he did stick his head somewhere. I'm just not sure it's in the sand, if you know what I mean.
oh yeah, exactly. I think it's up Putin's butt somewhere, but you
Well, yeah,
know,
or at least his
uh,
own. But no, I mean,
I
for him to argue, Michael, I'm sorry, and then I'll shut up here. For him to argue, like we talked yesterday, that the world is a safer place because of what he's done, it's either delusional or delusional. I mean, I just don't get it.
no, he's delusional. See, yeah, you're saying the word too fast. He's delusional. I tweeted yesterday to the right mics about to remind you guys he did get the Nobel Peace Prize
Well,
in
that's true.
2009, and I think it was because they were anticipating the peace that he was going to bring, but I don't think that they expected him to be such a big failure. I agree with what Mike was saying. He's exposed our neck, and to the point that we have been humiliated more than anything else around the world. We are the laughing stock. It's amazing that in 6 years we could go from one of the most revered countries, and I like how I love how Nick Adams shows this amazing, like, glorious shine of what America looks like. And in the last 6 years of hope and change, we look like this old, rustic, beat up dump truck in the middle of the desert because of what 6 years of hope and change has brought us.
Yeah, here's the thing. I did an article, oh gosh, it was a couple of months ago, and made reference to the number of people that we've killed with drones and this and that. And then I quoted some of the things that the Nobel Committee had to say. And they didn't even go so far as to be hopeful. They just, in terms of awarding him, it wasn't an award he received in anticipation of actions and activities that they were, and hoping that he would take. It was merely as a result of the words that he had said. I mean, it was purely based on the symbolism of his utterances. That being said, it really hasn't surprised me, the things that he's done, because he told us that this is exactly how he was going to comport himself, that America was too big for its international britches, and that America needed to right size its influence globally, commensurate with not its economic power or its commercial influence, but merely its population size relative to the rest of the world. So
Go ahead. I'm sorry, man. I thought you were done.
Yeah, I really want you to vociferously agree with me, but just let me finish my sentence first.
Yeah, I thought you were.
No, that's okay. I mean, he's essentially right-sizing the country.
And I do agree with you 100%. The funny part is, yes, he told us exactly what he was going to do. The funny part is, Democrats, heading towards the 2012 election. I mean, maybe 3 years into the Obama regime, first term. I don't know how many Democrats I had that just weren't far left-wing lunatics. So I'm talking even moderate Democrats. One who lives in this house, by the way. If I'd have known what he was going to do, I would have never voted for him. I mean, you guys had to hear Democrats say that. He told us, Michael, to your point, exactly what he was going to do. And when he said fundamentally transform America, it's like, yeah, I mean, that's exactly what he's tried to do. Of course, the nonsense being, I wouldn't have voted for him if I would have known what he was going to do. Well, hell, he won by a larger margin in 2012 than he did in 2008. So, of course, they voted for him again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anybody that would say that there's a surprise about that just didn't listen to the words that came out of his mouth. It's that simple.
I don't think there's any question.
I mean,
All right,
I think I like what
go
you
ahead,
said,
Watson.
though, Mike, about how he, they said that they were inspired by his words. And I'm sorry, he had no history of success besides voting present over 200 times, This is a guy who just shows up on the scene. He's looking flashy and all these other different things, but all he's doing is providing a message. There's nothing to back up. There's no substance to what this guy has had to offer. They're just saying that he said nice flowery words. You know what? That means nothing. Don't pay me a compliment. If we don't go and put in 40 hours a week to have our bosses say, "Hey, buddy, you did a great job. See you next week," and not get paid. We invest into people that we know are going to pay us and fulfill the promises that they made. Yes, there are so many people who did not hear the message that was clearly in what this guy was saying. It was completely clear how much of a communist, a Marxist, and an egotistical maniac this guy was. And to sit here and be surprised, I didn't know he was going to do it. Sure, you did. And the worst part about it is the sad part about it is he swayed people on the entitlement mentality, and when he did not fulfill the entitlement mentality, or he did not give them what they were expecting, then they
I mean,
finally turned on him.
and
And
see,
I said,
that's kind of
guess
where I
what?
come down. I don't know that I would go so far as to use those descriptors, although he certainly has socialist tendencies and believes in the faith from my father, as was the name of his book.
Yeah.
But, the end of this quote where he says, we're better positioned today, or as well positioned today as we have been in quite some time. I think he really believes that in that respect. We have a record number of people on welfare. We have a record number of people on EBT, food stamps. We have a record number of people on Social Security disability benefits, which used to be nearly, well, three-quarters in the past, when I was in financial planning business, were denied. He has succeeded to the extent that he has grown the permanent underclass state, Michael. And I suspect, as to a point, Watson is saying, he does look at that as a success, doesn't he?
Yeah, but one of the things that I have to make certain that there has to be a point of clarification for a second, because for everyone who's listening to these guys right now, and if you haven't listened to them, you really need to spend time listening to them and hear clearly everything that they're saying. Yes, these are two white guys who are sharing a lot of truth and everything like that, but when Miller said a few seconds ago EBT, understand that that statement is not going just to blacks. It's understood that there's a segment of America that is jumping on EBTs like there's no tomorrow. We're trying to defeat that mentality. They're not trying to expose a weakness in black America. They're trying to expose a weakness in America, period. See, because I had to say that, Mike, because I know that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to say, or, who just want to basically paint the brush of racism on you because you said EBT and automatically say that you were insinuating that it was dealing with minorities and dealing with black specific. But no, we're trying to actually boost and bring America back up to the level of prestige that it has been in the past. And we've got to do that by putting people back to work.
No question.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. That was excellent, man. That was good. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with color. I mean, we've called him Lobster Boy on the show before. The California surfer dude, Michael, that been on Fox a couple times, bragging about buying lobster and whatever have you at the grocery store. His EB card, the EBT card, has no intention of getting a job. Would rather practice with his band. Doesn't have anything to do with color.
No, nothing at all. Although, Housem, so Miller got a chance to see me in person, and
Right.
and he's like, wow, you are really sporting the Housem look.
Wait, you are?
Yes, I'm supporting the Housem look with the bald head and the goatee.
Oh, yeah.
And the sunglasses.
Incredibly handsome, man.
I have a little Housem shrine, and I set it off to the side of the mirror, and I make sure that I try and trim my goatee to be exactly right.
Well, just know this, Watson, you are not alone.
You sounded a lot like Cersei for a second there.
Oh my gosh, yes. Hey, Watson, man, pimp your show real quick, and then we're gonna let you go.
Okay, guys, thanks. I'll be on tonight, Battle for Freedom. Battle for Freedom at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Vigilant Liberty Radio. You can get information about the show. Go to www.battleforfreedom.com. Thanks, guys. Really enjoyed the time. And Mike, I'll cover lunch next time.
All right, dude. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. Bye-bye, Jess.
See ya.
He really got up and bailed to leave you with a bill?
No. We're trying to think. Well, did you see the first of all? I was half thinking, dude, are you sure you want to do this? But did you see the pictures he posted, like me strangling him and him strangling me, that he got the waitress to take in the restaurant?
Oh my gosh, no, he posted that it was on Facebook?
Oh, absolutely. So, and he asks her when we're done, okay, would you take a couple pictures of her? I mean, there's people in there, right? And okay, so first, Miller strangling me, and then me strangling Miller. So I thought, all right, what the hell? So I go for it. And then he puts them up. He puts them side by side, and he photoshops them or whatever. And he's got, like, on the bottom, me doing it, he says racist with exclamation point, like scrolled across, and then when he's doing it to me, justice. But so then he put these up somewhere too. So we go out with his car, and he's got me like gives. This dude's always thinking about this stuff. Sometimes maybe a bit much, but he's got me like opening his car with a key, and then I take a picture of him. He's got a coat hanger, like he's trying to break into it. He's a character. I love Watson, man.
Okay, you know what, man? So this is you. You're wearing like a blue,
yeah,
like windbreaker.
Well, that's a zip-up thing with the thing around your neck. One of those Under Armour deals.
You know, it's funny, dude. Other than that one with the red hat, I've actually I haven't seen that many pictures of you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because I generally do not take good photographs.
You're not a bad-looking guy at all, man.
Yeah, for 147. I did get my hair cut after that. That's one of the reasons I went down there. But yeah, I mean, when you get my age, maybe, we'll see. Of course,
I'm not going to need that haircut, obviously.
Well, I mean, you deal with what you have. So on both of our parts, by the way. Yeah. On
both of our parts, by the way. All right, man. So, we haven't heard from in a while. We haven't heard from our on the ground remote reporter Phyllis. I got to check in with Phyllis to see if there's something. I was
actually, honest to God, I was thinking about Phyllis last night, wondering where she is and what's going on. I kind of hoped that she would give us a ring for our last show of the year. Kind of disappointed that Phyllis hasn't rung us up, man.
Well, I'll make out an inquiry. We were supposed to have Van Laar and Tapson on today, and both of them are out doing pre-New Year's celebrations.
Van Laar's coming on next Friday.
Okay, that's good. By the way, I don't know if you saw the whole wellness co-op's tweet this morning about the calendar. It said something that they follow some other calendar, but they do extend Happy New Year wishes, warm feelings to those that follow the Gregorian calendar.
I love that. That's right up there. What's your other one? The whatever daycare center one?
Los Feliz.
Oh, Los Feliz Daycare.
Those are both hilarious.
Yeah. By the way, Kyle nixed that article that you looked at, Mike.
The one you just talked about?
Yeah, the one on the whole wellness co-op. He said it's too new. Not enough followings.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, we are just about out of time here, folks. So we've got another half hour left. And if you'd like to call in the next half hour, please do. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe you can tell us your favorite story of the year. Mike and I will talk about ours. 412-567-6879 is the number. On Twitter, @TheRightMikes. This is Michael Hausum for Mike Miller and The Right Mikes. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Johnny Cates, author of Buzzkill, and you are tuned in to Vigilant Liberty Radio. Get it on.